In March 2024, I quit my full-time job as the marketing lead of a tech company to focus on my career as a full-time content creator. Now, before this time, I've been in the content creation industry for like 3 years, but I wasn't really making any money. And then I don't know why I decided to do this Delulu thing and just like give up on my job and just like decide to focus on something that I wasn't even making any money from. But I did. And it worked because 3 months after I quit my job, I got my first 1 million naira payment for a job. And I'm making this video to teach you how I did it and to just tell you that it is possible. Like, don't let anybody dissuade you from your delulu. Like, your delulu is going to come trululu, and that's why I'm making this video. Subscribe to this channel, like this video, and leave a comment. So let's get into the actual video. Now, this gig was so surprising because I didn't see it coming. It was like I was called and told, send the invoice for 1 million naira, and I actually did send the invoice and the money came in. Now, obviously, I was like, I don't think these people are going to pay, because if you're a creator, you know that you definitely get points where clients would even tell you to send your invoice and then they go like, Mia. They go MIA on you, right? So I was like, I don't think this person is going to pay. But you know, next thing I wake up in the morning to alert on my phone, and I was like, I cannot believe this. What was I doing for this client? I was making videos for them. It wasn't like I was making 10,000 videos. It was just, they paid me for 3 videos only, and these 3 videos was a package that I have on my rate card for 1 million naira. So that was what I was paid for. In 2023, the total amount of money that I made from being a content creator was 950,000 naira. I didn't even make up to 1 million naira for a full year, and here I was getting paid 1 million naira for 1 gig. Like, wake me up. Now, at the time I was getting this payment, I had 12,000 followers. As at the time I'm making this video, I have 15,000 plus followers. So I wasn't even paid that amount of money because I had 1 billion followers or anything. So I'm making this video to just teach you that these things are possible. I'm also going to tell you like some of the tips that I used to make this money. And I said my first, which means I've had other ones. Now, because of how good my last year was, I started to record how much I was making. Mind you, when I quit my job, I didn't make a cent in that month. I quit my job after March, so April I became jobless, unemployed, no salary, nothing. I didn't make a dime in April. I didn't make nothing. So in April I was suffering, but I'm the kind of person that when I want something, I will get it. And if I decide to cut off every distraction from my life to focus on something, best believe I will do it, period. So the things that I wasn't able to do for my career for the first 3.5 years, I got it done in 3 months after I quit my job. You're probably going to be like, so what was my turning point? What exactly did I do that, you know, I found out that I could do this, I could do that? What happened was I decided to bet on myself. I decided to be so delulu, but not only delulu in my mind, but also in my approach to the way that I do things. So this video is basically me trying to teach you how I made that money. And I want you to take out your pen and paper right now because it's about to go down. The first thing you need to know as a creator is that your money is in somebody's pockets. Your money is in somebody's bank account. Yes, whatever amount of money you think your service is worth, there is a client that's going to pay that money. But you don't get from point A to point B, like from point A to point Z, without going through B to Y. So what do I mean by this? I mean, like, you cannot charge a client a particular amount of money when the value that you bring to your table vis-a-vis it's not giving. So you need to get to a point in your career where your work speaks for you. And that's where my mistake was in the last couple of years. My work couldn't speak for me. One day I sat myself down and I was like, Victoria, tell yourself the truth. If you were a brand, would you want to pay so amount of money for this kind of video? No. So at some point in your life, calm down and tell yourself the truth. If you were this person, would you want to release this amount of money to pay for this service? If the answer is no, then you've already clicked number 1. You've already clicked that there's a problem in the quality of the content that you're giving out, and that is why you're not making money off your content, period. Number 2 tip, people are going to tell you to be consistent a lot of the time, but I'm going to tell you that aside from being told to be consistent, you also need to understand what kind of consistency you need to have. Like, consistent in what? Is it consistent in delivering nonsense? Consistent in never growing? Consistent in never listening to, like, positive criticism? What kind of consistency are you working on? If your content is terrible and people are telling you to be consistent, it means you're going to consistently give out rubbish content people to consume. You do not want to be that person. So this is my advice for you when it comes to consistency. Be consistent. Always be ready to learn. Always watch videos. Ask your fellow creators. Pay for courses, pay for classes, upgrade yourself. You can never learn everything by yourself. Like, how do you send pictures? How do you script your videos? Shooting angles, lighting, phone setup, your camera setup. How do you put your mirror so you can see where you're shooting? How do you pitch to clients? How do you deal with rejection? What do you do with the rejection? Do you just give up? Do you push again? Like, try to always be consistent in your growth. Another tip that nobody's going to tell you is to always ask your clients for honest feedback. Whenever I do a job for a client, after I'm done delivering, we're done with the job, we've signed, everybody's fine, I always ask my clients for a favor. Please, I would really love for you to give me a detailed feedback. I don't know how much time it's going to take you, but I would really love for you to give me detailed feedback on my services. And every time a client made a complaint in my review, I always took it really personally. So a client can say, oh, thank you for the video, I loved it, and then you're done. But when you come back and ask them, I would love for you to take a minute and give me a detailed review, that client will tell you their actual mind. So they can now say, oh, I really loved the video, but I wish you shot it in landscape format. I would have preferred if you put like, hi, welcome to the channel at the beginning instead of saying that at the end. I would have preferred if your responses were more timely. I would have preferred this, that. So you get to know that, oh, clients prefer me to behave this sort of way. So when they come back to you again, you fix that whole problem. And it helps you to not repeat the same thing to another client. So that way, you begin to completely reduce the negative feedback that you get. Your reviews go a long way for you as a creator. I'm going to say this one. Ignore your aesthetics and focus on quality. Focus on the value that you're giving. Focus on the quality that you're delivering and ignore your aesthetics. Ignore your aesthetics. Some of you are so obsessed with, oh, I want to live in a beautiful house first. Or when I get an iPhone 15 Pro Max, that's when I'm going to start shooting. Or I need to get a ring light. By the way, I'm making this video without any form of artificial light because you know why? I don't want to turn on generator because of the noise and there's no lights. So I'm shooting this video without any light. I'm shooting from my window, for real. Like, stop giving yourself excuses and freaking get to work. Nobody cares. Nobody actually cares about your aesthetics, for being honest. Like, nobody gives a damn. Like, get to work, sis. Stop waiting for things to be perfect. If I waited for things to be perfect, I would not. I left my job in April, and in November, I moved to my own place. This is the money that I made between April, let's say May, because I didn't make any money in April. So the money I made between May and like October was enough for me to move to a new place in November so I could get my aesthetics. So stop waiting. Do something and start making some money so you can actually afford the aesthetics that you want. Okay? And then finally, stick to what you know how to do best. Stop copying everybody. Like, it happens to the best of us, to be honest. Like, you start, let's say you want to start creating and you're starting with fashion review items and you're reviewing fashion items, you're reviewing fashion products, and so tomorrow you're like, wait, why don't I do makeup reviews instead? Next tomorrow you're like, maybe I should just do cooking videos because there's this cooking girl that she's doing so well. Next week you say, maybe I should just be doing house videos. Like, stick to one thing. I promise you, if I stuck to the thing I started creating content for on Instagram in the beginning, I probably would have been so freaking big by now. Like, I promise you, because that is the content style that is currently trending. So imagine that I was one of the first people that started doing it. But because I was like, oh, let me try this one, 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 it took me years to finally decide I was going to be a lifestyle creator. It took me until last year, April, to finally decide I was going to be a lifestyle creator, and see what my life has been in like less than a year. I'm making this video in January 2025, which means in less than a year, my life has completely turned around because I stuck to one thing that I was really good at, learned in it, evolved in it, grew in it, developed myself in it. So stick to what you know to do best and stop copying everybody. Stick to one thing, girl, and make your money. If you want more videos like this, let me know in the comment section. I want you to ask me your questions. Let me know what content I should talk about, like what video I should make next. If you're a creator, you're an influencer, you're a beginner, you're just thinking of beginning, let me know the questions you have in your heart. I will do my absolute best to answer your questions. And if you like to get, insightful conversations, you like to listen to insightful conversations about creators, growing, learning, making your money, looking good, you can also subscribe to my podcast. I'm going to be leaving a link in my description and the rest of that. And also, I have a newsletter for the girlies where I send you tips, tricks, where I motivate you, teach you, share ideas, share possibilities, and also share opportunities with fellow creators like me. And I also have a creators community on WhatsApp. So if you want to join any of these, feel free to do so. If you're not following me on Instagram already, please follow me on Instagram and help me get to 16K by the end of this month. All right, see you guys in the next video. Don't forget, I will be looking forward to your comments, your questions, and I look forward to talking to you like this from now on. Thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video. Bye.